Hey guys, Redster the Gamer here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Of course, like with Kirby's Dream Land, it's a colorization hack, which actually, this one actually adds some new thing, but I'll show that off later. But yeah, this is another game that was part of my childhood, and I figured I could go right from one Game Boy game to the next. So, as you can see here, we've got 3 files. We'll start with file A. So as you can see, Super Mario Land 2, like most Mario games, is a good old side-scrolling platformer. You can jump, you can run, you can jump on Goombas. It's a Mario game. You got Koopa Troopas, where you can pick up and hold the shell by wearing it like a hat. Jumping and hitting a block with it will remove the shell. And of course you got power-ups like the Super Shroom. And of course, pipes. Push the direction on the pipe to go through, and you find a little secret area. You'll notice at the bottom that the coin counter has 3 digits worth of space, and we have a little enemy counter there. Collecting 100 coins in this game will not grant you an extra life, but it will do something else that we'll see pretty soon. As Super Mario, you can break blocks, obviously. We have a Paragoomba here, which stomping on it turns it into a regular Goomba. And stomping on it again gets rid of it. We have good old Piranha Planties. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in those pipes. We have a good old 1-up mushroom and a superstar, which, since I'm playing a colorization hack of the game, it's not quite the same as the original. In the original version of the game, 1-up mushrooms were actually replaced by hearts, since the Game Boy could only display monochrome palettes, so they had to figure out a way to differentiate it. Stars remain the same though. But we don't have the same invincibility music as most of the rest of the series. I don't know why, but the first game had the can-can as the invincibility theme, so... Or the first Super Mario Land game, anyways. That bell that we rang earlier is this game's version of a checkpoint. And we have a good old fire flower. Now, just like before, since usually it relies on a color change to differentiate it, the fire flower... It wasn't replaced by anything, but it would, instead of changing Mario's color, give him a little feather in his hat. These blocks with the faces on them, or I guess these blocks with this kind of face, you can destroy with the fire flower, but you can't spin onto them, which you can do by pressing down, and only if you're super or fire. If you're at least super, you can use the spin. Come down here and get some extra coins. And you'll notice that we've got a little enemy counter at the bottom, which I'll explain to you what that does later, once it hits what it needs to hit. We have spikes, which are very not fun, as you can see. And if I'm correct, we should be... Yes! This is our end goal. Instead of being a flagpole or a giant gate, like in Super Mario World or in the original games, we have these goal gates, which have a bell at the top, and if you ring the bell, you get to play a little bonus game. There are 2 bonus games that you can get. This I'd say is the more optimal of the ones to get. You just push A to stop the crane where you want, and you get an item. We got a carrot, or super carrot as I like to call it, which turns us into Bunny Mario. Bunny Mario is actually, I'm like 90% sure it doesn't show up in any other Mario game as a power-up. Actually, no, not 90%. It doesn't. This is its only usable appearance. And now that we've beaten that first level, you can see if we try to go back, we can't. But we have we have a lot to explore. Super Mario Land 2 is kind of an open-world Mario game. We have 6 worlds that we can play, and you can do them in any order you wish. Yes, this up here is also a world, even though it doesn't look like it. I will bring attention to that later. And we also, if we go over here, we'll end up in front of Wario's castle. So our goal is to collect 6 golden coins in order to unlock this door, so we can traverse the castle and reclaim it from a Wario, who apparently stole it from Mario, which I don't get why Mario has a castle, but whatever. And if we go in here, we'll find a number of pipes with different coin amounts on them. And if we were to go under one and press A, as you can see, we don't have enough coins to go into this one, and of course we don't have enough to go into the max pipe. But we have enough for the 50 and enough for the 30. I'll show you what they do. They take you to a little gambling game. You jump to stop the slot, and whatever it lands on, that's the power-up you get. Or, as you can see, there's a 1-up there, which will give you a 1-up. The higher the coins it costs, the higher the payout you'll get. And so, I think, instead of going to any of the 6 worlds that I mentioned, we'll head over to here, into this little bonus course right here. This is completely optional, you don't have to do this to beat the game at all. But it's cool to see. Yeah, there was a paragraph. This course, of course, is an auto-scroller, as you can tell. And auto-scrollers are a bit annoying in some games, but they can still be good. They can be good to check out. We have an extra fire flower, which we didn't need. Ah! Dang it. No, I don't want to be small. I said I didn't want to be small. Okay. Give me the fire flower. Some blocks will change what they hold based on if you're small or super or powered up. But yeah, also, this game's soundtrack. This game has a pretty sick soundtrack, and it's no surprise when you consider that the composer is Kazumi Totaka, someone who went on to compose songs for games such as Animal Crossing, and plenty others. So yeah, as you can see, that course was not very long at all. And now we have our pick of 6 different worlds. I think we'll go ahead and go into this one. Welcome to the Mario Zone. Each of them are known as zones. And this one is a giant animatronic Mario. We'll go into the first level, which takes place in his shoe. Bum, 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 bum. We have a bunch of gear-like platforms here. The Koopa Troopa. Yeah, these platforms are semi-solid, which means you can pass through them from the bottom or the sides, which can make fireballs act up a bit. We have an actual gear platform down here, which if you were to stand on it would push Mario in the direction that it's spinning. We have a couple more acting against us. We have a buzzsaw. Can't get rid of it with fireballs, so we just gotta wait our time. If you push up or down on the D-pad, you'll be able to move the camera slightly. And we have a little bit of it. Ah! Yes, spikes. Not fun. These platforms are also semi-solid, and they're a little interesting. These platforms will spin, and will try to push Mario down below. These platforms don't, but like the others are still semi-solid. We have a bit of a, not a buzzsaw, but just a regular saw. Minding its own business, but getting in our way, so we don't... Ah! Ow. Woo! Ah! I'm dead. Let's head right back in. Yeah, as you can see, it was a fire flower before, but now it's a super shroom. Since they don't want to make the game too easy. head back through the pipe. We could also take a lower road, having to play leapfrog with these spikes. Jump up here. Alternatively not. Yeah. And now that we're back to where we were, we found a checkpoint and a super carrot. So I wasn't able to explain what the super carrot did, since we didn't get to see it in a level. So basically what it does is Mario, if you hold down the button, Mario will continuously jump, which is pretty nice. And if you were to jump, let go, and press the button again, Mario will begin to glide. So let's just get a running start. Yeah, which lets us get across the spike pit with ease. The carrot is really good, and the carrot is kind of busted in this game. Then again, what else is new about Mario power-ups? The only downside to the super carrot is that bunny form cannot spin jump. I'm pressing down right now and it won't let me. Well, we were screwed there. These screws will try and jump out at you. Go a fire flower to replace the super carrot we just lost. And give us our spin jump back. And we can head through this little side zone here to find a lot of coins. If I can get the fireball to hit the... There we go. Grab all of these. Up. I said grab all these. Get that. Jump through there. Fire! Hit these. Another thing I want to point out about this game's soundtrack is that you can hear that this song is somewhat composition... One mushroom glitching through the block there, I guess. We have another super carrot. Anyways, what I was going to say before I fell down was that you'll notice that a lot of these songs sound pretty compositionally similar to one another. This game does the same thing as Super Mario World, where it uses a similar leitmotif in each song, but arranged slightly differently to fit the theme of the level you're playing. So we'll drop down here and hit the bonus bell. We get the crane game again. I wonder how many levels it's going to take before we get to see the other bonus game. Crap. One thing in this game that you got to be careful of is if you pick up a super mushroom as Fire or Bunny Mario, you'll power down to Super Mario. Well, I think we can fit one more level into this world. Let's head into Mario's belly. We have these cannonball pigs. A lot of the enemies in this game don't have actual localized names. So I'll just call them by however I see them. Stomp on the Paragoomba. Okay. Yes, as you can see, some of the balls are spiky, which obviously we don't want to touch them. Let's head down this pipe. And you'll want to be careful down here, because if you jump up there, that is yet another semi-solid platform, and you'll have to backtrack and go back, but since we didn't, we're able to get this mushroom here. This guy, right here. When I was a kid, I initially thought this was some kind of Cyclops balancing on a ball. It is in fact a teddy bear. We can take him out, but the ball stays and we can ride on it. I'm riding on the circus ball. Yes, there's the checkpoint. Look at the checkpoint. Oh, that was close. Yeah, if you're lucky, you can snipe some of these guys with fireballs. Okay, I'm just now realizing that this seems to be a common theme with the Mario Zone levels. Why? They seem to make the fireballs bounce up the semi-solid platforms pretty quickly. Okay, so There's something at the top of each of these rows. I don't remember which one it is, which one has what, but let's do number 3. Actually, no. We'll do number 2 since we're playing Mario Land 2. That was a Goomba. So number 1 had a mushroom, number 3 had a fire flower, number 4 had a carrot. Why must this game's title betray me? Stomp on the pig. I said stomp on the pig. I don't think stomping on a bunch of enemies in a row will give you a 1-up in this game like it will in the other games. But there's plenty of other ways to get 1-ups. Stomp that. Wait for the balls to go through each other somehow. Wait. A little closer. And ring the bonus bell. Yay! This is our other bonus game. You just want to hit one of these buttons and it'll send a spark up. Any paths that are currently I don't know what happened there. Well, that was confusing. Hold on a second. Not what I meant to do. But anyways, yeah. I guess next time we'll be doing whatever this level is. See you guys then.